Champion Cynthia here. I heard that there was this popular challenge going around, and at the end of it, there was a legendary ice cream that's said to be the best ice cream ever created. So I decided this would be a wonderful challenge for me. Not only will it help me prepare for the Masters 8 tournament that I'll definitely win, but more importantly, I love ice cream. I'm a big fan. And if it's the best ice cream ever, I'll have to try it out. No matter what reoccurring rival, evil team, or legendary draconic alien that may stand in my way. Also like this video if you like ice cream as well. First, we make our team of Rufflet, Riolu, and the MVP Gibble. We start with Riolu flying through these levels, gaining friendship points so that I can evolve as early as possible. Suddenly, an adoring fan who also wants a legendary ice cream requests a battle, so we oblige. With Riolu sweeping her team with its special rare move, Tachyon Cutter. She thanks us and promises to return even stronger. Our little Rufflet has a special move as well, Bolt Beak, that beats up this adorable Minccino boss so that we can continue. Also, side note, if we attack before our opponent, the damage of Bolt Beak is doubled, which is super helpful. We run into these twin girls who are quite annoying, paralyzing our Pokemon, and Emolga just sitting there spamming double team. Luckily, Tachyon Cutter can't miss, but even after explaining that to her, she kept using it. So at a certain point, it's a skill issue. With that victory, Riolu evolved to Lucario, then Rufflet takes the lead, sweeping through floors where we find a rare Soul Dew item, which increases the influence of Pokemon's nature. We give it to Gibble since it has the wonderful Adamant ability, increasing its attack stat. The flaming Unova Gym Leader Chili serves up some fiery Pokemon and swears to ruin the legendary ice cream by melting it, so we couldn't let that slide. Lucario quickly snuffs out his fire team with Aura Sphere, and he learns to never try and mess with us when it comes to ice cream. We entered the lake trying to find a Feebas, but it only holds Magikarps and our big fan. Before we battle her, I asked, have you ever heard of a Sinnoh trainer named Paul? Because we went on and swept her team like I did with his, only with our little Rufflet this time. I commend her for becoming stronger, but she runs off to train some more. Overall, our search was fruitless, ending with us beating up this big Gyarados boss. Luckily, we found a map, so we charted a way to the beach. We should be able to find a Shellos here since they're a pretty common Pokemon species. However, we run into Team Rocket, who's determined to take the legendary ice cream for themselves, and we couldn't let that slide. So just like we did Team Galactic Grunts, we knocked them down as well. With no Shellos luck, we retried for Feebas, but in the sea this time. And we found one that already belonged to a trainer, so the search continues. As our Gibble evolves into Gabite, Master Fisherman Water Gym Leader Marlon swims up to us for a battle. Too bad Rufflet Bolt Beak sweeps his team before he can even launch an attack. Come on, man. I'm a champion. You're a gym leader. There's a bit of scaling to this. We find an ice cave where Lucario can practice its aura control. Suddenly our fan arrives for another battle. We immediately switch into our Rufflet, then raise the stakes with no retreat, raising our stats, but we can't switch out, which isn't much of a problem when you want to solo sweep a team though. With the battle done, our fan runs off again and we encounter a living ice cream cone. Too bad we have to blast this one. We enter the snowy forest that had Team Rocket Grunts crawling around. So like any champion, we crush them. And come on, you think a Rocket admin will defeat me?
5 minutes later.
Anyway, thanks for the XP to evolve our Gabite to a Garchomp. Next time bring your boss, and also tell him that he better not be trying to get that legendary ice cream. That's for us to have. And what luck, another Soul Dew for Garchomp. We retried the lake for Feebas, but Crasher Wake stands in our way. Rufflet easily sweeps the... Oh! Now that's impressive, Mr. Wade. Now let's see if you can do it again, shall we?
5 minutes later.
To his misfortune, he couldn't beat our next Pokemon, but at least it was a good battle experience. Beach time again, and despite not finding a Shellos, Rufflet evolved into an all-American Braviary, and we found a very powerful TM Swords Dance, making our amazing Garchomp unstoppable. Now to the seas, where none other than our big fan arriving for another battle. Little does she know, a true all-American Braviary never retreats and destroys its opponents with no hesitation. She tells us of a dive spot that may have some Feebas, so we head there, but it's guarded by a boss Tentacruel that's now floating and fainting in the water. We dive down for a bit, but we have no luck with Feebas, so we try to resurface, but Water Gym Leader Juan's in our way. Unfortunately for him, Garchomp terrorizes most of his team thanks to our Swords Dance boost. We bring in Lucario to tank the dragon move that Kingdra apparently didn't want to use, Luckily, that paved the way for our All-American Bravery to soar in and finish up the job. We resurface into a cave that's full of those little rocket grunts and that admin from before. We wipe them out as usual, and from the shadows, their boss Giovanni appears. So I asked him if he knew a trainer named Paul. Then a simple sword stance sweep for the team. Oh, by the way, legendary ice cream belongs to us. Just put these foolish ambitions to rest. Okay, Giovanni? We accidentally wake up an angry Ursaring, so we aura sphere it right in the ring tummy, putting it through the cave walls, revealing the exit into the Badlands. Thanks to all the sand and dirt, Lucario and Garchomp thrived here, and up the mountain we go, finding another powerful TM, Outrage. That, along with the TM Brick Break that we also found, further empowers our Garchomp. Now to find a suitable trainer to test this new setup out on. Sky Gym Leader Winona. Perfect. With one sword stance, we brick break our way through her Dodrio and her Skymory, then outrage the rest of her team. All in all, a pretty good test run of our new moves. We explore this mighty volcano where we run into our little fan once more. Her first couple of Pokemon were simple to take down, but then she brings out her trump card, Shiny Rayquaza. Unfortunately for her, this isn't my first time facing a mighty legendary dragon. Lucario comes out and she keeps spamming Drago Meteor, allowing us to take the first health bar. Garchomp returns, tanking another Drago Meteor, which was significantly weaker thanks to the special attack she wasted when spamming it on Lucario, so we can destroy it with outrage. We take Torterra's first health bar, then our All-American Bravery soars from above, finishing this battle. Like always, she runs off and we emerge from the volcano to cool off at the beach. Wish they had some ice cream though. We blast through the area, then hit the seas for the third time. Not too sure if we're going the right way, but hey. Suddenly Giovanni stops us for one last battle. He starts with Tyranitar, so we quickly bring in Lucario, scaring it away for Gastrodon to come in. So we do an all-American switch into Bravery to avoid scorching sands. Of course Tyranitar returns, so Lucario has to return as well. This time we call him mine so that we can Aura Sphere one-shot Gastrodon when it switches in. Hippowdon comes out, so we take to the skies once again just to be hit with an Excadrill switch in. Lucario quickly returns to Aura Sphere it down, leading to another switch dance with Hippowdon. Knowing he'll switch into Tyranitar, we beat Bolted on switching. Mega Kangaskhan almost KOs us with a Parental Bond crunch, but this all-American bird doesn't go down that easily, allowing a Bolt Beat to finish it. His legendary Mewtwo emerges and we're able to bring it to half health before going down in Psychic. This allows our ace Garchomp to finish off Giovanni's team and end his foolish pursuit of the legendary ice cream. We also call the cops on him, you know, because he's an underground crime boss. And don't forget, if you enjoy seeing Cynthia dominating Pokemon battles, make sure you subscribe. We got a lot more Pokemon battles until we get to legendary ice cream. Before making landfall, Marlin returns for a rematch, which our Garchomp and All-American Bravery quickly end before he realizes it. We return to the ice cave, picking up a Dragon Fang, and right outside the cave, another Soul Dew for our Garchomp. Suddenly, Sydney and the rest of the Hoenn Elite Four challenges us for the legendary ice cream, and I ask them one simple question: do you know of a Sinnoh trainer named Paul? Because we beat them all just like we did him. Full team sweeps with one Pokemon, Lucario. Since it naturally counters Sydney and Glacia's Pokemon, it can power through Phoebe's Ghost, and we have Dragon Pulse for Drake's Dragons. All leading to the confrontation of Hoenn's champion, Wallace. I was expecting Mr. Stevenstone. Well, let me remind you of something, young Wallace. You may be a champion, but you're not the champion. He begins with No Miss Hurricane Pelipper thanks to its drizzle ability, but Lucario calms his mind and Aura Spheres it down. Mega Swampert comes in outspeeding thanks to Swift Swim, landing a superpower on Lucario. Our All-American Bravery comes in forcing a Magnezone switch, which was a bad move for him. Garchomp takes this opportunity to Sword Dance, and with the rain gone, Wallace's team feels our draconic outrage. We let him know that he was 100 Pokemon generations too early to face a true Pokemon champion. We slip into an alternate dimension that's full of future and prehistoric Pokemon, but going to other dimensions is something we experienced before, so we press on. We come face to face with our fan, Ivy, for one last battle. We get an all-American start with Bravery just destroying most of her team, beating Mega Rayquaza to half health. However, she makes a rookie mistake using V-Create to finish our already low HP Braviary off, dropping both its speed and its defenses, letting one Dragon Pulse finish it, leaving her starter as her only Pokemon left. Ivy, it's been a good rivalry, full of one-sided battles, but it's time to end this. Lucario takes a bar of health with Aura Sphere and she launches a big headlong rush. But that was another rookie mistake. First, her defenses are lowered, and second, we didn't feint. So now, with that and a boost from our berry, we feinted with another Aura Sphere. She thanks us for the battle and wishes us luck. With a couple more Paradox Pokemon out the way, we reach the top, and here we are. Eternus guards the legendary ice cream, so we'll have to defeat it. Braviary comes out raising its stats with no retreat, landing some all-American Crush Claws, forcing it into its EMAX form. Lucario comes in for backup, but Braviary was poisoned, so after one last all-American Crush Claw, it faints. Garchomp tanks a Dynamax cannon and we hit it back with a double dragon combo of Dragon Pulse and Outrage. It finishes off Lucario, leaving Garchomp alone, but it's our ace for a reason, taking down this legendary draconic alien with one more Outrage. Just like that, we finally get the legendary ice cream, and this tastes divine. But it got me thinking, there was another trainer I came across who was doing the same challenge but only with a Mewtwo. I wonder how his journey went. Maybe you should click here to find out.